I'm 23 years old and I've been a porn addict for over, I'd say 11 years now. It's it's ruined my life, genuinely. I've tried to quit so many times, and usually what happens is I quit for a few days and then I just do it once and then that cycle repeats over and over and over again. And I keep telling myself that I'll quit, but I just can't. I just can't. I've been able to get rid of my weed addiction. I've been able to get off of video games. I've been able to control myself when it comes to other things. But this one thing, porn, is the one addiction that just has me like chained. I'm a prisoner to it. And I've done everything. I've heard about all the tips. I've watched all these videos online about how to quit. Go on a dopamine detox, get your phone out of your room, bro. Only jerk off without porn. All these things, bro. I've tried, but nothing works. Nothing works. And I'm done. Listen, like, I'm done. I'm not asking for a solution. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just asking to get rid of this addiction. I just don't want to be ruled by this anymore. The shame, the shit that I'm doing in private, and just this mindset, these thoughts that I have. When I go outside, it's like I can't get my mind off of one thing, and you know what that one thing is. If you know what that one thing is, and if you can relate to me, you know how shameful this is. You feel like a fucking loser. You're watching two other people do the most intimate thing that you can do on this planet. You are watching another man fuck the girl that you want. Genuinely, just like, let me just be silent and just think about that for 5 seconds. Yeah, like, think about that. I'm a cuck. I'm gonna say it, put my hand up, I'm a fucking cuck. And listen, I'm probably embarrassing myself right now. Maybe there's some people watching who are just laughing, but this is the truth. And there's a lot of people who go through this. Genuinely, I know I'm not the only one. I've heard other people open up to me about it. And I'm just making this video because I've dedicated this channel to me getting rid of my porn addiction. I've had my ups and downs when it comes to uploads, but I feel like now is the time where I really just want to focus and hone in on really getting rid of this addiction. Because, man, it's like sometimes I just imagine a life without it. I imagine my life when I'm just porn free, like not day 90 of nofap, not day 150 of nofap. I can see through walls. I'm Superman. I'm fucking spy. No, none of that bullshit, bro. I just want to wake up and have porn not be the first thing that I think of. I want to just wake up and just not be ruled by temptations, genuinely. And man, it's tough. This addiction, it's hard, because the thing is temptations, lust, these things are natural to humans. We as human beings, we do lust, not in an unhealthy way, but we feel attraction, and sexual urges and temptations, they get the best of us, which causes us to lust. But what I'm trying to say is that it needs to be under control. Because if you're watching this video, you probably have been in positions where you fucking hated yourself, because of this. You've done things that you regret. You've been mainly with girls, and the thing about lust is it's not only just detrimental to you. It doesn't only make you feel shame when it comes to porn, but it also just keeps you at a certain point in life. Like, for example, for relationships, you look at people mainly through through the lens of it, bro. that was a mean one, bro. I honestly think another one's about to come out. Oh my gosh, I think I might have one more. Okay, now we're good. But back to what I was saying, is you look at people mainly through the lens of physical attraction. You've probably let things slide from a girl that you thought was extremely attractive, simply, and she probably was I don't want to say it, but a B word. She probably wasn't the best person. She probably maybe didn't even really like you, but you still kept pursuing because you thought she was extremely attractive. Whether that was because she had a nice face, she had a nice body, the way she spoke, whatever it was. But the thing about lust is it digs you down deeper into that rabbit hole. You know, you start doing things that you don't like. You start, you know, you don't look at yourself in the right way. You desire certain things, and then what happens is now you're just looking at yourself and like, what the fuck am I doing? Who am I? Why am I doing this? Why is it so hard to get out? And I'm telling you, it ruins your mental health, and it ruins your image. It ruins your perception of dating and sex. You know, and the way, like, I'm not extremely religious, but in the Bible, sex is a way for two humans to connect. It's the biggest act of love, and sex should be should be mainly about love. You know, you should be having sex with your partner because you love them. But nowadays, we like this generation, we have sex with people that we just find attractive, and I'm telling you, it's not fun. It's not good. You know, I've gone down that hookup culture route, you know, where I'd go to clubs or I'd hook up with people simply because I thought they were attractive. And I'm telling you, afterwards, you just feel like, what the fuck did I just do? You hooked up with someone who only wanted you for one thing, who only wanted you simply because they thought you were attractive. And I'm telling you, and you're doing the same thing. I'm not, like, I was doing the same thing. I'm not excusing myself, but it's so shallow, man. You gave up the biggest, like, you gave up the most intimate thing that you could do with another human being just for them to fucking go do it with another person, maybe in the next day, and you guys will never see each other again. Like, really just think about how crazy that is. You know, and this isn't even about porn anymore, but this is mainly just purely about lust. This is the true issue. It's lust. But I'm telling you, if, like, it'll destroy your life. You know, there's a reason why there's so many people who divorce nowadays. You know, marriage is not this solid thing that it used to be because of lust. Because men or women, they have issues in their relationship. What do? They cheat on their partner because it's because of lust. The man who's in a relationship, has a wife and kids, but then he sees that girl in the red dress and then cheats on his wife, and then ruins a whole family. Lust. You know, and let's bring this back to porn, because that's the main point that I want to get across in this video. But porn is evil. Porn is fucking evil. It is preying on it's preying on men's lust. It's destroying men. And the whole reason why porn is a thing is simply because men struggle to control their temptations, and because they don't get girls, literally. And it's the truth. You know, I didn't get girls. Even now, I'm not some kind of player slave. No, I'm not. And I think that goes hand in hand, because think about it. If you really were like this high value guy, or you were this guy who got a lot of girls, you wouldn't be watching porn. And maybe there's a guy in this video who's gonna be like, oh man, but bro, what are you talking about? Like, I know so many players, or I'm a player and I watch porn. Like, bro, maybe that just might be true for you or a few other guys, but the vast majority of men who are addicted to porn don't get shit, bro. They don't have a fulfilling life. And I could say that that's true for myself. You know, and this video is, you know, I decided to make this video because I'm just done, man. You know, I've made so many videos on this channel about me quitting porn, but honestly, like, I'm at a point where I feel like I have to keep making these videos. I have to just keep myself accountable and document this journey, because I really want to get rid of this addiction. The thing is like, I want to, but am I doing everything that I absolutely can to get rid of this addiction? Am I fighting 100%? No, I'm not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be making videos. I'm gonna be making a video every day talking about the things I did, how I'm feeling on this challenge, what I can do better. I'm gonna document this journey and even talk about the days I failed, because I'm telling you, I'm done. I'm done. It's this thing is ruining my life. Lust, being around people, only going for girls just because of their attraction, and just having this negative feedback loop, you know, where I'm just sitting here looking at myself like, what the fuck did I just do? Why am I doing this? What is wrong with me? You know, and those are the exact words I tell myself. You know, and if you are in the same boat, if you are ruled by lust is the forefront of your mind, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to get rid of this addiction, follow me on this journey, or even create your own YouTube channel and do the same thing so that you can inspire other people like you. Because I'm telling you, more people need to start speaking up about this. More people need to start really just opening up about their experiences, because so many men can relate. So many. You know, NoFap is a huge thing, but I just feel like a lot more people need to open up about it, and a lot more people need to document their journeys, because man, this world, it feels like there's no hope right now. You know, and that's another topic for another video, but I just feels like there's no hope. But anyways, if you are interested in joining me on this journey, please feel free to like the video, comment, subscribe, do whatever. And always remember, man, that you can get rid of this. I will get rid of this addiction, and so will you. We will all do it. I believe. Peace.